land trust really can help a landowner find a solution for their property. If someone is wanting to make sure their land is not developed or can be passed on to their children, we are dedicated to finding solutions that help landowners reach their conservation goals. A conservation easement is an agreement between a landowner and the land trust that helps restrict development in order for the landowner to reach their goal of protecting their land. We do mostly conservation easements with private landowners, so there are a lot of misconceptions about what we do. A big one is that people think they're giving us their land. We actually don't own a lot of land. The landowner remains the owner of the property. I would say people also confuse us at times with the government, which is also confusing because sometimes we do work with the government, but mostly private landowners are working with us as a private nonprofit organization. I would say another misconception is that we're involved heavily in day-to-day management or decision-making for the landowner, and really, once the landowner has signed that conservation easement, they mostly don't see us. We come out once a year to monitor the property. We work with them through any questions or concerns or when they're ready to build something new, but day-to-day, they're still completely in charge of their own management choices and decisions. So we just encourage people to call us and reach out and have that first conversation. From there, we typically send our staff out to do a site visit to the property, talking with the landowner through their goals, see the conservation features of that property, hear from the landowner why they think the place is so special and why they want to see it conserved. If we're both interested at that point in moving forward, it really becomes a real estate transaction. We get approval from our board. We start working on, the boring legal stuff, the due diligence, title work, surveys. We do a documentation of the property, of the current conditions. We draft the actual conservation easement document. We go back and forth, have discussions with the landowner. And then when we're all finalized, it goes back to our board for approval, and we sign and record it at the local register of deeds. And from that point forward is what we call stewardship. But that's really where our work starts, is that day the landowner signs and we sign the agreement, and we then take on the responsibility to uphold that easement forever. And that will be our future, taking care of these conservation easements and these lands that we've promised to take care of and protect forever. So thinking into the future is really thinking about what forever looks like.